or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
America's sweethearts here.
I'll be Donnie.
We are back on the air, guys. Just a big warning here to everyone. It is day number. We're having fun. Day number 8 of the WCLE Empty Stocking Fund. Let me remind you and get your donations in. Call the volunteer Reddipest Mix line 614-6499. Thank you, volunteer Reddipest. Eric and Beth Gardner, $2,500 for the Empty Stocking Fund. Also, text in our Cleveland State text line. Same number, 423-614-6499. Dan Good is the general manager of Crown, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram here. And I only say that so you remember, here in Cleveland. Dan, it's your first Empty Stocking Fund. You're from the Boston area, and you bring snow with you.
Yes, that is my gift to the Empty Stocking Fund.
It is snow.
Yes.
That's pretty good. Dan, first of all, bring me the latest, then we'll talk Empty Stocking, but tell me what's going on at Crown right now.
Just exciting end-of-year specials, up to $20,000 off Wagoneers. We do have a select number of last year's models left that we just lowered to a tremendous price. We've sold 5 since we lowered the price. There's 9 that have to go. So it's a really exciting time to come by. We're putting out our new Jeep sweatshirt. So it's got a cool JK going up the mountain, hoodies. So everyone.
How do they get those? Just come
on by the dealership. They'll be displayed and right there in our parts departent.
We got 3 Jeepers right up here.
I was going to say, yeah.
That's right.
Of course, now
4 with Brenda.
Of course, now Donna's is a mall crawler.
Okay.
That's what we real Jeepers call that, a mall crawler.
Right.
So you're Jeep snobs, is what you're saying, basically.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, and you know, Dan, you and I have talked about this. I mean, Jeep, one of the hottest brands in this country, and they can find them with you here in Cleveland.
That's correct. Yep. Find them. Ram, Chrysler, Dodge as well, but Ram and Jeep really they seem to be the ones going off the shelf.
I want to talk about, well, you keep your cars on the shelf. That's interesting. Didn't know it was Elf on the shelf. Thank you. Actually, Richie Hughes called me that yesterday, so thank you. Hey, Dan, I do want to talk, though, about the company Crown. And in case folks don't know, founded by an incredibly generous family, and that really continues even in present day. Is that right?
It does. And now that this is the Christmas spirit, I guess I can go a little spiritual on you. But to think about it, I've always had the reputation up north of being someone that errs on the customer side of fairness. I was solicited by Crown because they want that type of person working for them. Well, I come to Crown, and they're extremely gracious. Community is so important to them. I didn't know I was coming to Cleveland, so here I am, a Northeaster.
By the way, we didn't either.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know Cleveland was in Tennessee. I thought it was in Ohio.
I wish you still did.
Let's just, yeah. So, no, you don't, because you love me, and you can't deny that.
Well, that's true.
So, then I come to Cleveland and community on steroids. So I kind of joke, and hopefully everyone's okay with the jokes, but sometimes you walk through life and you wonder, where did God go? Why do I feel like I'm so alone? And then other times he comes up and he's like, honks you on the nose, look what I just did. You know what I mean? It's like, I got this guy down here to like a Crown, and then it's this community on steroids. It's like, yeah, that was me. So there's I mean, you talk about divine intervention,
God will honk you on the nose. That's more Perry Stone and Tia Lowry, I think, than Billy Graham. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think it's my Billy Graham. I don't know if that's the test. Like
God
I said,
will honk you on the nose, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't give to the Empty Stocking Fund, he's going to honk you on the nose.
Stay tuned to more of my Catholic upbringing.
That was complete with sound effects.
That's pretty good, Dan.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
But no, I mean, and the Crown, for what they do in all of their communities they're involved in, you told me, it's simply incredible.
It is. And they belong. You guys belong together. I mean, I like to think I belong here too, which hopefully you don't kick me out, Steve. So but yeah, it's an incredible company, top to bottom. What they do, I mean, you got the founder in Mr. Hawkins, you got his son Kevin, his brother Terry, Dwayne Hawkins, the founder. So, and it is just such a commitment that they discipline themselves every day to have success. But when success is achieved, they have just shared it. And like I said, I'm glad that I can help share it in the community here.
Well, and in all seriousness, you've just folded so brilliantly in the community, Robert. I know you've gotten to know Dan. The Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce has gotten to know Dan very well. And is it true, Melissa, he's the first member excommunicated, talking about his Catholic roots?
Now I can't talk about. He hosted a really nice coffee out there, so we
He
can't
did
be
have a
talking
good
about.
coffee.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
There it is.
That's
That's
right.
There it is.
Well, Dan, let's talk about the Empty Stocking Fund, what you guys are doing this year.
Well, we dropped off about 50 Barbie dolls last week to you guys. That was really donated. But even more important, we have a separate charity that we do in the showroom. And because of our exposure here with you guys, we've never had such a large donation of toys, unwrapped toys. Right. So you always think, what does this do for other people? I mean, it's just amazing. There are going to be children that are going to be receiving toys because of the exposure we've had from 104.1 and just the community connection stuff we're doing. So that's what it's about.
And we're going to do another one, the final one next week. Crown Community Connection has become a tremendous program where you're giving, talk about that just a second, where you're giving back to nonprofits and charities in this community.
Correct. We've taken radio time and we've used different charities, not used them. We've allowed them to come on during our radio time to tell your community about what they're doing, keep them, top of brain. And then we're having a kind of a fun contest at the end here, and your community is going to be able to vote. Yep. Our community is going to be able to vote on which charity they feel most deserving about a cash prize, and we're going to give it to them just before Christmas.
That's all next week, so we're looking forward to that. Dan Good, Crown, and of course Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and you got a great team at Crown here in Cleveland, exit 20 off I-75, and we appreciate it very much.
No problem. And this is on Jen and I, so
Thank
we want
you,
to be
sir.
part of the community.
That's
to not get kicked out. That's so I don't get kicked out. I want to be here next year.
Well, I wish we felt the same. Anyway, God will honk you on the nose.
Yeah. Bonk, bonk.
If I remember one thing this year, Brenda, God will honk you on the nose. I was raised,
Going forward.
It's divine intervention. We just say it different. We just have different words.
I was raised by a preacher. I've never heard that in my life. Pretty good.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
God bless you, buddy. Merry Christmas. Brenda.